Chairman Peter King, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Martha.
You know the threat. The public knows the threat. This was the first big test after the Republicans swept Congress. And if there's anything Democrats and Republicans should be able to agree on, it's funding for the Department of Homeland Security. But let me read you some of the words describing what yesterday's brinksmanship meant for your party. Humiliating. Congressional Republicans are their own worst enemies. And as one of your colleagues put it, the American people deserve better. What do you have to say for the Republican Party?
Martha, there's an element within our party, there's a wing within the Congress, which is absolutely irresponsible. They have no concept of reality. Listen, I am as opposed to the president's immigration action as they are. But the fact is, it's essential that we fund the Department of Homeland Security. We see what happened in Denmark, in Paris, what ISIS is doing with the beheadings. We had the people being arrested in New York just the other night. And for these people to be threatening to defund the Department of Homeland Security at a time when our threat streams have never been greater at any time since 9/11 is absolutely irresponsible. I said the other night at the Republican meeting that they are self-righteous and delusional, and they just don't realize what's happening. We're talking about maybe 40 or 50 people at most out of a caucus of 247, out of a Congress of 435. We cannot allow such a small group to be dominating and controlling what happens in the United States Congress, especially at a time when we're confronting terrorism, when we have American lives at risk.
King, what do you do to bring the party back together? And does Speaker Boehner keep his job?
We have to stand behind John Boehner, and John Boehner has to find a way this week, as early as possible in the week, once Prime Minister Netanyahu finishes his speech, to bring the clean bill to the floor of the House for a vote, an up-and-down vote. That's all we're asking for is democracy. Let that come to a vote. There's no doubt it will pass. And this was an appropriations bill that the Republicans put together. This was our bill to begin with. It passed the Senate 68-31. We cannot allow this small group to block it. Once this comes to a vote, we get it behind us, we go forward. Then we, meeting as Republicans, have to stand behind the Speaker and make it clear we're not going to allow this faction to be dominating and to be impeding what we're trying to do. It's important we lay out our agenda. Otherwise, we have no chance of winning the presidential race in 2016.
Chairman King, I just want you to answer this very quickly in reaction to Secretary Kerry. Are we living in a period of less daily threat to Americans and to the people in the world? Quickly.
Yeah. Yes. Right now, the threats are greater to the U.S. at any time, and we are not winning against ISIS.
Thanks very much. And coming